backyard builds here.
Yeah. Anyway, it's the day after Thanksgiving, and we're here messing with some things. Trent's finishing up his bars, and I'm gonna mess around with sanding this thing down some, and maybe putting a plate on the back of that the motorcycle. Nothing crazy today, so I lose motivation. And we have Monday, the seat hoop is coming in the mail from Old Man Motors, which we'll talk more about in the video when that comes. But somebody I found on eBay who also sells stuff online, who was very handy in helping me figure out what I wanted to do, and very fast at getting it done and shipped. It took like 3 days. So yeah, it was pretty sweet. So we'll see what we get done here. We'll check in on Trent and see what he's up to in a hot second here. Show the people what they want.
So I just notched this here so I can fit these wires through beside. Before they ran through the handlebars, but with this turn, I don't feel like trying to fish them through that way.
Probably
so we're just
impossible.
gonna notch them and run them beside the bar. Not quite as clean, but it's a lot easier, so
Yeah.
that's what we're doing. Someday I'll run all the wires.
I think these are the whole trend over these bars. I think he eventually is going with clip-on bars.
Yeah.
I think that's his plan. And he needs to get rid of the giant Speedos and tack.
They're hideous.
But yeah, that's that. And like I was saying, I think we'll be messing around with the idea of putting a plate on here. I'm really torn because I don't want to put a plate on here and make this look super square. But I also want it to be safe. So, I mean, I don't know which one's more important. But
Just bend the plate.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna start. Sanding this thing down. See you guys in a bit. Just an update so you guys can see what I'm doing here. I'm just making these kind of blend more together. I'm not even taking off much of the weld at all, actually. I'm more of just skimming the top of the weld off so it runs flat with the whole weld across is flat. And then I'm just going to, like when you have a hard edge here like this, I'm just going to kind of fill it a little bit with weld and then sand it down just to make a smooth transition. So that's more just for looks. This will all be powder coat, so a lot of this will be hid, but I'm kind of just, it's good practice for me to practice welding and grinding things down and stuff. I guess normally if you have a really good weld, you don't have to grind it down much at all. But I just want this to look kind of like all one piece in a sense. But I'll film most of it, but it's going to be somewhat of a time lapse, and I'm going to cut a lot of it out because it's not really fun watching somebody just weld and grind and weld and grind and weld and grind. But I'll film a little bit and check back in and show you guys progress as they go along. So yeah. Alright, like I was saying, I just cleaned up these welds here. Hit the camera. I just cleaned up these welds here, and nothing crazy. They still have little pitting and stuff. I just smoothed them out. When this thing gets powder coated, it'll fill in a lot of that, and that's all I wanted, was to smooth them out so they can get filled in then. So I'm gonna shave off these chain guard mounts now, because I already took off the back chain guard mount, so just no chain guard, you know? Live wild.
So, wrapping up here, I got the handlebars all installed, all wired and stuff. I got a very janky brake switch hooked up for now just to see if it works, and it does. And then we're getting ready to fire her up, and we've realized the battery, I don't know if you can see that, was bulging pretty good. So we took that off and disposed of it in an environmentally friendly way.
Yeah.
And
they recommend using lithium ion, lithium ion charger that's meant for it. And for sake of leaving it at home and not having one to shop, we
used that thing.
And it worked fine for a while, but over time it did damage.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of at a standstill until we get a new battery, and then should be good.
But the bars do look good. Yeah. All right, I'm going to start messing with getting a plate to fit here and see what it looks like. Now, like I said before, I'm really torn between what the plate's going to look like on here, because I like the angle of the curve here, and I can cut it down to fit more inside here. But yeah, I'm just concerned it's going to make it look really flat in the back. But I guess I'll be the only one that really thinks about it because I know it's there, but we'll see what it looks like. I'm going to have a little bit more to sand down up here quick. Now I got a different end for this, and then I will cut up a plate to fit here and go from there. So we'll see what happens here. All right, well, plate's getting there. As you can see, it's tacked on the bottom. I was just working on shaping this so it doesn't look like it's was a plate just stuck on the back, which turned out decent. I guess my biggest concern is I want to make sure I have enough penetration that when I sand down the top of the weld, it's still through to the back. So I was messing with that. I was re-welding it a bunch. And then this is just, I filled in with weld just so I could sand down the weld to make it look smooth. Make it all look like one piece. Yeah, it's not too bad. We'll see, I have a lot to do. This I'm just going to leave bare weld pretty much when I actually weld it then. Because I don't really care about looks there. I just didn't want to see a rough edge in here. That's what was bothering me. But I think it's decent. Yeah. I will be back at it tomorrow, I guess. So, Cracker Builds here. I was working on the bike. I did this over Thanksgiving break. I did this sheet metal thing. It's not done. Also, I'm going to get some powder coatable filler, and I'm going to just skim over these and clean all that stuff up. Then we had Old Man Motors. It's a company. I will link in the description, and you will see a sticker right now.
Yeah.
You can find them on. They have a website, Instagram. They're on eBay. They make anything from custom bars to rear hoops to the work on your motorcycle. I'm sure pretty much anything fab related for motorcycles they'll do for you. Real quick response time. I drew up plans for these things, and they didn't have the tooling I needed because I wanted a 4-inch bend, which apparently I didn't know, but I looked around. Nobody actually has like a 4-inch die for bending. So he was like, the best he could do is 5.25, and I measured a bit and said I could make that work because if you look down here, the angle of these angles out. So when I bend these in, it'll fit the angle to go into there. So it all worked out. But yeah, so these came in and they're gonna work great. I had this one in. I will put it in a second and show you. It's tight because I need to weld a tube in between. And right now it has force pushing out, so it's tight to get in, but it'll be smooth when I put it in later. I had him bend it, and he followed the plans exactly. I had a 5-degree bend up here, but now that I have it on the bike, I realize that it doesn't bend up like I want it. It's not enough, so I'm gonna bend it a little more. I wanna bring it up more like this angle. And I'll explain that again when I put this all together. But yeah, so I will be back in a second with this forced into there.
And then they did a diagram from a drone shot.
You're gonna get this in fast forward. I just feel, not even that the tube's flexing, it's that the frame, it's a lot of weight on my little, they're not fully welded.
Yeah, on your little what?
They're just tack welded in.
It's a lot of weight on your little what?
My little tubes.
What is this?
Oh yeah.
Humor me, don't put your full weight because again, it's only tack welded on.
Oh yeah.
You just have my safe on there.
Yeah.
Like you're not falling off the back.
No.
We're gonna tilt this up more. It's gonna get bent up, so this is all gonna flow like up here. So you're more leaning in like a crotch arc.
Oh, that's cool.
And then that seat will be removable, and this one will go on for a single rider.
That's cool.
Yeah, but what I was saying is, if you look from a side angle, I'm gonna bend this a little bit more and get us up maybe another 2 inches, so that when you're sitting on the back, you're more pushed forward into the person in front of you rather than feeling like you're falling off the back. This bike's only gonna be used to like ride into town, and there's maybe some shows. And then maybe Jesse will take it out sometime.
Yeah.
Jesse, seal of approval.
It's only tack welded in right there.
Okay.
No, the creaking's gonna happen. But it is, that's what I was saying, it's a lot of weight, because it's really only, all that's going to support like right there. Bigger thing. Gentle, don't break it.
I'm just feeling that.
To be fair, Blake didn't make it creak.
Well, to be fair, probably like 100 pounds heavier than Blake.
Better.
Well, I just want to make sure it looks right.
I'm putting it behind you.
Yeah, I'll get it right.
See your face.
Way less cool than
So true. That wraps up this video. We're short update, and you should go follow this guy's page for the channel at what is it?
Moto_vintage.
Moto_vintage.
On
And
the gram.
it's in the description, and on Reddit there's a page that's also in the description. And if you guys have any ideas you want to suggest for the bike, or you make parts and you want to see us use something, you can always hit us up. Message him, me, one of us. Hit that subscribe button, share the video. That's a wrap, Jesse. Tell him.
That's a wrap!
It's good.